Skin the Hardaway Sudden T back with another EP. Let me say what's up to the folks that's in the building first. I dropped the link for y'all. If y'all want to click the link, y'all want to join in. The what's good, Drew Stacks. Drew Stacks said new subscriber to the platform, Sudden T Boxing. Appreciate you subscribing to this Drew Stacks. Shout out my motherfucking guy, Drew Stacks, for subscribing to the channel, bro. Feel free, speak your mind over here on Sudden T. That's what we do. I saw y'all comment earlier. I be seeing y'all comment. I gotta go back, like all the comments and shit like that. Reply back to y'all good folks. I'm gonna do better about replying to y'all comments and shit when y'all do it because the comments help too as well. Shout out my guy Drew Stacks. What's good, my brother Terry Conlon? Appreciate you sliding through this, John Terry. Glad you could make it pimp. He said, salute, brother T. Keep grinding. For sure. Shout out to OG Corey Sanders. What's good, Corey? Shout out Tony Milano. Tony Milano, I don't know if this your first time, but don't make it your last time if you could. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. He said, I have to say pound for pound. Bud is the harder puncher. What you mean, Tony, pound for pound? So not to say Spence is not a hard puncher, but or neither. This is okay. We gonna get into it. Shout out to my guy Yoda Crush. What's good, Yoda up here? What's up, Yoda?
Man. What's good, fuck Yoda? Is Keith Thurman talking about?
What Keith Thurman say? Talk to us.
Keith Thurman says Spence looks slow and unclear of the rules.
No.
The only thing I got to say about Keith Thurman is he must be playing, or somebody need to play the fucking song for him. If you think you lonely now, wait until tonight. Get your motherfucking irrelevant ass the fuck on out of here, Keith Thurman.
Right.
That's all I got to say about that fuck boy. Get the fuck in the back of the line, nigga. You no longer a part of this shit.
Facts. Shout out to my guy Big Slugger. Big Slugger, I don't know if this is your first time, but don't make it the last time if you could. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. He said, probably Bud, but EJ hit like a truck too, though. We finna get into it. Shout out my brother, OG, Bruce Goes. What's good, Bruce?
Bruce Gas. What's up, Bruce Gas?
That's smoking, Bruce. Smoking on, Bruce. They're just smoking on, Bruce. My Mississippi brother, Jimmy Mays. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. He said Mississippi back in the house again, Sudden T. What's going on with you, brother? Things hit harder, hands down. But we about to get into it, man. That's what we're here. As y'all see, I ain't had it. I made it real clear today. I stuck the goddamn records up there. I stuck the
get it from my mouth.
You know what I mean? Y'all got first hand look. Y'all got first hand looks of each person record, each person KO ratio. You know what I mean? It's up there. 28 and 0, 22 knockouts, 38 and 0, 29 knockouts. You know what I mean? We talking about, the best of the best today. Two of the best of the best, you know what I mean? We got that man from Texas, Earl Spence, Big Fish, you know what I mean? And we got that man from Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence Crawford. Now, it's an ongoing rivalry, friendly rivalry between them. Pretty intense rivalry, with their camps and with their fans and shit like that. You've been paying attention to this shit. And Terrence Crawford, he get a lot of credit for being, a power puncher. He get a lot of credit for, 11 straight stoppages, which is hella impressive and everything. You know what I mean? But we was having a conversation on Sudden T, and again, Bud's power came up, and most people when they feel like Bud Crawford's going to beat Earl Spence, most of them say the same thing. I feel like Bud is going to catch him and Bud is going to knock him out. Understandable, understandable. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button when y'all roll on in. Greatly appreciate it. When y'all roll on in, hit that like button for your boy. That's understandable, right? So, just myself, I was like, let me go check these guys' ratios, right? And this was before Earl Spence fought Ugas. And Earl Spence, had a higher KO ratio than Bud had, before he fought Ugas. And then, he fought Ugas, and then he stopped Ugas. And then, which brought me, to the conversation, how does, Terrence Bud Crawford beat Earl Spence, or how Earl Spence beat Terrence Crawford. And most times when people say, Bud is, he go catch Earl with something, he go catch Earl in between, with something. You know what I mean? So the feel that I got from it, when people feel like Terrence going to be EJ, it's because Bud has more power, right? He's the knockout puncher. He has more power. So going to this fight, if I'm letting, my Bud fans, said, tell me, because, I talk to, we talk boxing on here. We got fans, you can like who you want to like. I ain't got no problem with nobody like what they want to like. So I let my Bud fans tell me the only way that, I ain't gonna say the only way, but the most common way that they tell me Bud can win this fight is if he knock EJ out. You know what I mean? So my rebuttal is always, well, EJ, he has less knockouts, right? But he has less fights, and he has a high percentage, of knockouts, and he has stopped, the better people. So I wanted to bring that question, to my Southern T official. Like, damn, who do you guys think has the most power? Because initially, first when I look at it, when I think about it, my first mind tells me Bud, right? Boom. But once I did, once I MP what the fuck was good. But once I went to go do my homework and shit, and I looked at everything, I'm like, damn. Earl Spence actually got a better ratio. Like, his John, he stopped a better opponent, and he had, a higher KO ratio. And I factored in the thing that shit. I never seen Terrence Crawford, punch a rib, or nothing like that. I never really seen Terrence Crawford, have a guy, lumped up, too much after a fight. When Terrence Crawford knocks guys out, he usually catches them, like in the fight. It's not like necessarily like a brutal fight going on. Not like, it's never like a thudding fight, going on. Like, it's never like it's never a battle between punchers, when Bud fight. It's always like he's catching the guy, almost clean type deal and jumping on him. You know what I mean? But just for their last fights, OTB boxing was good, pimp. For the last fight, Sean Porter, Ugas. Bud knocked out Sean Porter, right? Both were TKOs, right? Both were TKOs. And I'm finna get into something real quick. Both were TKOs, right? Sean Porter's corner threw the towel in, and the doctor stopped Ugas and Earl, right? So just because we comparing, so got to do this, right?
Oh, you talk. I'm trying to listen to him.
Yeah, just so I can, compare this, right? Sean Porter, his pops threw the towel in. Earl Spence, the doctor stopped it. Both TKOs, right? Ugas had broken ribs, a broken nose, and a broken orbital. Sean Porter got TKO'd, right? But there was not much damage, you know what I mean? And if I'm not mistaken, I think Bud fight might have went one round longer. So I ain't gonna harp too much on, his fight went longer, but the fight did go longer, you know what I mean? So I guess what I'm getting at is, I feel like it's the harder puncher. My first mind said,
hold on.
Once I really, dig deep into it and look at it, I think Earl Spence is the more solid puncher, between the other two. You know what I mean? I think Earl Spence is the harder puncher out the two. How y'all feel about this shit? How you feel about it, Crush?
Well, you know how I feel about this. So once again, for those who was not in attendance, all right, let me explain to y'all again. I'm tired of explaining the same thing to y'all, but okay, I'm gonna give it to y'all again. Okay, all this shit about his power. Let me make something clear. Terrence Crawford don't have one hitter quitter punching power in either hand. I'm talking to these people. Chill out. Nobody never said Spence did. This is the problem. I never said Spence did, bro. I'm talking about Bud. Because I got to keep on correcting y'all. I didn't say shit about Spence. Because neither one of them has one punch knockout power. Are you fucking happy? Neither one of them does. Right. Are you happy?
Right.
Chill out. Let me talk to these people, bro. I got this. Neither one of them does. And I never said Spence did. Nobody's going around saying Errol Spence got one punch knockout power. It's these fucking Bud fans that keep acting like Bud Crawford got one punch knockout power, and he don't. When the fuck did Terrence Crawford turn somebody lights out? Are y'all retarded? Know the difference between TKO and knockout. Now, fair is fair. Neither one of these guys are one-punch knockout artists. Neither one of them. So I'm being fair on that. Don't get my shit twisted. Y'all got shit twisted, and I'm tired of it. Neither one of them does. Okay? Now, just like T just said, when you look up the fucking shit, you see who has the highest knockout ratio. I guess y'all gonna change that shit too. You Bud fans that's changed every fucking thing. Y'all ain't got the fucking power.
Y'all hit that like button. Y'all roll in for your boy.
Y'all change every fucking thing, no matter if it come from a fucking book.
Hit that like button.
No, y'all change everything. Y'all are pathetic, yo. Y'all are really pathetic, and y'all disservice to the fucking sport of boxing and that man. You cannot change the fucking facts. So I guess y'all going to tell me that the ratio that they fucking got is a fucking opinion, and what the fuck you say is fact. Because none of y'all had laid out any fucking facts yet. Y'all dick ride too fucking much and hate at the same time. TKO and knockout are not the same. Bud or fucking EJ, neither are fucking one-punch knockout artists. But apparently, somebody hits a little harder than the other. That's the fucking fact. Bud ain't breaking no fucking bones. He hasn't sent nobody to the hospital. They get checked by the doctor and they go the fuck home. That's facts. That's not hating. Don't change my fucking facts. This is facts. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? This is facts. This is all facts, goddammit. When will you all learn? This is facts. Shut the fuck up with that sensitive shit. Keep talking about his fucking power. Then somebody say, well, not EJ. EJ either. He ain't no knockout artist either. And that's my fucking guy.
Who y'all got, man? Drop who y'all got in the comment. Don't be scared.
All right?
Yeah.
He ain't did none of that shit. And once again, look at what the fuck he been fucking stopping. He ain't stopped shit elite yet. The fuck is y'all talking about? He ain't stopped the fucking elite yet. A fucking elite yet. Hold up, son. I'm talking to these people. He ain't stopped the elite yet. And y'all want to keep coming on here day to day with that same old bullshit. And y'all talking about fucking power. Can a motherfucker take a punch, goddammit? Can he take a fucking punch? You keep talking about somebody taking his shit. Well, apparently they can because they're taking rounds to fucking stop him. I'm going to run that back again. Once again, because it takes some rounds to stop him. It's a fucking volume puncher. Don't get fucking mad at the facts. Y'all acting like this the hardest hitting motherfucker in boxing. Bullshit. He's nowhere near that list. Nowhere near it. And y'all still talking about the wrong shit. Y'all keep talking about his fucking power while you motherfuckers ain't talking about this man making fucking history in a four belt era. Y'all still on the wrong shit. talking about some power that ain't what the fuck y'all say it is. Y'all should be talking about this man making fucking history. The fuck on out of here.
Jay Smith, what's good? Jay Smith, OTB box.
Any Bud fan that want the fucking smoke, get the fucking link.
Oh man, this dude right here on one. Anyways, so what's the topic of discussion? Who has more punching power?
Who we think got more? You know, who hit the who hit the hardest?
So I look at it like this. You gotta understand, if you're gonna compare the two, you gotta understand, like, Bud has come up to, this is third weight class. He's come up 2 weight classes, and you've seen it in other fighters to where some guys when they move up, they look worse. But then you have other fighters that when they move up, they really come into their own. Like, this is where they should have been fighting all along. So if you look at that aspect of it, I would say that Terrence Crawford has looked his best at 147 pounds. If you're going to say, like my man right there who was yelling with the D block, Yoda, if you go by elite knockouts at the welterweight division, they both have knocked out the same elite guys. At one point in time, Kell Brook was an elite of 147. Earl Spence stopped him by breaking his other orbital bone after Triple G broke the other one. So you have that stoppage. Although you can say that Kell Brook was no longer the same when Terrence fought him, but he stopped him. Then you have the other elite is Sean Porter. They both fought. Bud stopped him. Spence didn't. Here's the thing. If we're going to talk about single punches, I would say that the harder puncher is definitely Earl Spence off one punch. But that's irrelevant because here's the fact of the matter. Southern T, let's say that
I'm surprised you said that, Tony.
No, but listen to me. Southern T, let's say I punch 10% hard. Fuck it. Let's say I punch 20% harder than you with one shot, right? Here's the problem. I may do 20% more damage with one punch when I hit you. But if you hit me 10 times for every one punch, you're inflicting way more damage, even though one singular punch, right, I'm doing more. So it's really irrelevant. I feel like before the Ugas fight, the volume puncher, the guy who's going to land the most, was definitely Terrence Crawford before seeing, because to me, Earl Spence has always been a onesie, twosie type fighter. He'll throw a jab, he'll hit you with a straight, he'll walk towards you, he'll hit you with a jab, hit you with a straight, maybe a hook to the body, but they're not set up in combinations. And this last fight he had against Ugas, it was very good high-low combinations, volume punching like I've never seen before. So that argument goes out the window. So when I look at both guys as far as that goes, like I said, you always got to say the bigger, stronger man when they're both. Now, I think Bud has more knockouts than Spence has fights total. And while you may then he has total fights. While you may say that Spence has a higher percentage of knockouts, again, that is negligible between the two because they both probably have around a 75 to 77% knockout ratio. But when you have
it's like 78, 74.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you have a guy with 10 more fights than the other guy, that ratio for Earl Spence could plummet in 10 more fights from now, or it could go up. You don't know. So again, I would say they're pretty much comparable in hold on, I'll be right back. They're pretty much comparable in ratio. And if you're going to go singular punch, I would say Earl Spence has the edge. But if you go for how they chain punches together, which is why I knew Sean Porter was going to get knocked out by Crawford, you have to give the advantage to Crawford. So it's kind of even. I'll be right back.
Sean Porter didn't
and I'm glad. Hey, look, I'm glad Tony said that because Tony ain't an Earl Spence fan, no shit like that, right? Tony said, and this, see, I wanted somebody, I wanted a neutral person to say that. I didn't want Yoda to say this, me, DP, nobody like us. I needed a guy like Tony to say this. He just said one punch power, Earl Spence has more. And then what all I was saying, like, why everybody be telling me that Bud gonna knock out even with one punch power when Earl is the harder punch?
That's all the fuck I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's all I'm saying.
Now, I think if I grasp what Tony was saying correctly, he was saying he think Bud might put his together a little bit more. I know he didn't mean the 10-to-1 ratio straight up, but I know he was saying he think Bud might put his less power together a little better than Earl, so he may inflict more damage. You know what I mean? But then he said, you know, with Earl last fight, you know, they kind of threw it out the window because Earl threw hella punches. You know what I mean? So I think pound for pound, Earl is the harder puncher. I think Bud might be the more exciting knockout puncher. Understand what I'm saying? I think Earl is the harder puncher. I think what we missing in this is Bud being the more exciting puncher. You know what I mean? Bud, she looked better. It looked better. Earl broke a man down. You didn't see that man face and ribs and shit, bro. But when Bud hit somebody, you know, you see it. You know, you see it. And type deal. Earl is breaking people bones. You know what I mean? Yes, Bud landed cleaner shots. He landed cleaner shots. But when Earl is hitting you, you could catch Earl punches and that shit go still hurt you. You know what I mean? That's power, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't one punch knockout power. You know what I mean? But it's enough power to where Earl can hit you in the guard and hurt you. He can hit your gloves and you feel it. He can hit you on the neck and you feel it. Hit you on the thigh and you gonna feel it. You know what I mean? He's the bigger puncher of the two. That's why people tell me, oh, Bud, the bigger puncher, he the bigger puncher. I was like, no, he not. And then they tell me that I'm a Bud Crawford hater when I'm like, no, I'm not a hater. Bud is the more exciting. You can say Bud's the more exciting fighter to the eye. If you know, if that's how you feel about it. No, you can say that. He's the more exciting fighter to the eye. His shit look better. But he's not the hard. He don't punch harder than Earl Spence.
He a better finisher.
But the thing is, though, the thing is too,
is
what people don't understand real fast. Let me get this in, Yoda, because I just wore it back. What people don't understand is you could be a harder puncher and have less knockouts than a guy who has softer punches. Like, to me, unless you're just somebody who can one shot like Wilder, okay, I give him that. Although I don't know how good Wilder's power is at the most elite level because we haven't seen him in there with the highest of competition. But unless you're one-shotting people like Wilder, hold on, Southern, hold on. Unless you're doing that, then you could be a harder puncher than somebody, but have less knockouts because you can't chain them together to get the knockout. Punches and bunches is way better than singular shots. That's why, like, when you see guys go hunting for the knockout, they normally never get it. They normally get behind on the cards, and they normally lose. That's why, like, when Earl wasn't hunting for it, I like that.
Hey, Tony, with that being said, you know who's a perfect example of what you just said?
I just do
perfect example would be Danny Garcia.
Teofimo Lopez, too. That's a good one, Crush. Yeah, that's a good one.
Danny Garcia, the perfect example, and Teofimo Lopez. Perfect example. Now, there's guys that hit, you know, less harder than they do, but guys got more knockouts than they do. And we all know that it's not a secret with Danny having, like, some of the hardest fucking.
Appreciate you, brother.
47.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Danny. Like, Danny may have a single hard shot, but he has difficulty putting them together.
Right.
You can't really chain them together to get those knockouts. So,
fact.
Yeah, he hits hard, but when you're fighting other elite fighters, they recovering super quick. So even though it hurt, they still recovering because they're at the top because they don't get knocked out. So you got to be able to put them together to get it.
Yep, that was his problem. Yep. The guy was able to put them together, he would be something horrible to bang against. That's just facts. But I had to get on these folks.
This is the certain team that I want Trap to come to, but Trap ain't gonna come to.
Trap probably in the bleachers watching and not letting us know.
Said Earl got power and he said Bud got sting on his punches and after effect on it. But it's about even to me. I think Jay Smith a Bud fan too, if I'm mistaken. Shout out my guy Jay Smith.
I mean, I like them both. I just like one guy more. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But you got these fools that don't know what they be talking about, man.
Bud got that surprising power. Like, damn, this nigga just hit me quick and hard as a motherfucker, fast as hell. That's why I think Bud power. Damn, he hit me fast as hell. dang, you know what I mean? Like one, he whipping that shit. Boom, 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 boom. He whipping them hoes. And Earl got them just winning. You might see it coming to you, but if you don't get out the way of that bitch, you go, boom, you go feel that motherfucker. You know what I mean? You go feel that. Terrence can hit you with some shit. You know what I'm saying? You will stand there. If you let Earl hit you with 2 many of them bitches, she gonna start breaking on you. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like Earl got more power.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's like when a lot of people think that he's slow. I don't think that he's slow. Not saying that he's fast, but he's not slow. He has that what you call that speed that you can see. Like when you see somebody driving down the street, you know they're going 25. You can just tell. But that shit, yeah, you can see what I'm bringing to you, but what the fuck can you do about it? That's what he has. You see what I'm saying? So like that's the thing with him. He's fundamentally sound, not the flashiest, not the quickest, none of that.
The thing with Earl, you could see some of his punches too, because Earl wants some of those because he know he's not as fast as a lot of people. He's some of those people who might start a punch high and end it low, or who might start it like he gonna go high and he'll come low, or he'll go low and he'll come high. So if you miss Earl punches, he gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? If you put your shit in the wrong, you can see him coming, but he also know how to place his shit. Like he know how to fake. It's not even a fake. It's like it start off like a high punch, but he go low. If you misplace wrong and that bitch land, that's how he hurt you too.
That time in that placement. That time in that
placement. Think he going up top, he go low. You think he going low, he go up top. And it's the way that he throwing his shit.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he look down and he throw high. You know what I mean?
That's that old school.
Or he'll look high and he'll throw to the gut. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bud hit you with blind punches, bro. That's exactly what it is. Bud hit you with blind punches. EJ hit you with draining punches. He drains you fat, bro. Yeah, EJ punches ain't got to hit you clean for you to feel it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I've made this argument before. Like, really, truthfully, you can tell who hits harder by how badly the punches break down the other fighter. Like, you'll see the swelling, you'll see the bruising, you'll see. I mean, you can see the power. Again,
right?
Like I said, Bud has power. Earl has power. They both have power, but Earl has more power, blow for blow. Like, I mean,
yeah, he has more.
To me, the way that Bud has to beat him is it's got to be a 2-to-1 land ratio. For every one shot that Earl lands on Bud, he needs to land 2 back. He needs to, or else Earl is going to overwhelm him, and he's going
cleanly. He land too cleanly.
So that sounds like basically Bud is going to have to, his output going to have to be more than his average. So he's going to have to put out more punches than what he normally does.
Like, let me give you an example where we could take it to heavyweights, because heavyweights is where the most knockouts happen. It's like when you saw Deontay Wilder.
Y'all hit my like button, y'all roll in.
When you saw Deontay Wilder knock out 90% of the guys he knocked out, it's like after the 10-second count, they're up and they look like they would never hit because it came so fast. It was like a light switch. I think Wilder's power is more speed than it is power, to where they don't understand what the fuck just hit them. But once they get their brain back, they're good. Now look at AJ. Before both guys had lost, look at AJ. When AJ beat people up, you could see their bodies start to break down. So to me, AJ was more of a single shot. There's more power behind it. Whereas Wilder, he hits you so damn fast, it's like a flashbang going off. You're disoriented. You don't know what just hit you. But the overall damage down the stretch, I would say AJ looked like he inflicted more damage on the target. It's the same thing with Earl Spence. To me, when I see him hit targets, it breaks the target down more than what I see from Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, he gets his knockouts by whack, and then it's over. Earl Spence, when he hits you, it's like a domino effect. Like you push the first domino, it doesn't look like it did a lot, but by the time it builds up momentum, you can really start to see it all stack up.
Yeah. Yeah, he got that break you down. He said EJ couldn't overwhelm Sean, but he's going to overwhelm Terrence Crawford. Okay. You got to think, bro. I take it you watch boxing, bro. You got Sean Porter and Bud, two different kind of fighters. It's hard to overwhelm Sean because he's an overwhelming type of fighter. You know what I mean? It's hard to overwhelm because he throw a lot of punches. He got a gas tank. It's hard to overwhelm Sean. Bud didn't overwhelm Sean. Bud caught Sean with some shit. Spence actually did, out Sean Porter. Sean Porter, he caught it with some shit too. He just ain't put him out. You know what I mean? Bud is a better finisher than Earl Spence. You know what I mean? He a better finisher than Earl Spence because Earl Spence had Ugas hurt and he kind of got through in this fight. So I give Bud that for sure. He a better finisher than Earl. You know what I mean? But as far as Earl it's not necessarily overwhelming, Bud. It's like when them punches, like Bud can't let too many of them motherfuckers hit him, is what I'm saying. In this fight, he can't let too many of them just hit him because it ain't gonna be good for him. I say this: the way that Kell Brook fight was going, this Earl Spence fight can't look nothing like that. It can't look like that for Bud Crawford. If you want to win, it can't look like that. In the end, like Tony said, he said for every two that Earl throw, Bud. I mean, for every one that Earl throw, for every one that Earl land, Bud got to land two. And then Yoda said it sounded like you want him to throw more than what he normally do. That's how you beat Earl Spence. You got to throw more than him.
Yep.
And the thing is, one, if you could throw more than him, let's just use Sean Porter for example, because he can throw a lot of punches, right? He got the gas tank. He throw a lot of punches. If you could throw as more than him, if you could have the gas tank to last with him, do you got the power to do it? Sean Porter didn't have the power, but he had the other stuff. Bud may have the power, right? But do Bud got the other stuff? You know what I mean? Bud come in good shape, right? But when Bud versus Sean Porter, I feel like Bud kind of, saved a lot of shit, to get, to the later rounds. He left, he was real patient and shit like that. He may or may not have gave up rounds, in the fight. He can't start that slow against Earl Spence because Earl Spence don't start slow. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be a different kind of fight. You know what I mean? So shit is intriguing, but I made this because most Bud fans tell me that, Bud is going to knock Earl Spence out. He's the harder puncher, and I'm like, man, I don't really see it that way. I don't see it that way because inflicting as far as damage done. Proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? What you see. Bud got 11 straight knockouts, but shit. I still say shit. Earl Spence, ratio is better. Like Tony said, 10 fights, we might not know. Earl might not even get to 10 fights. You know what I mean? Might not even get to 10 type deal. But I just saw what that man did to Ugas, and I saw what he did to Kell Brook, and then I saw how Danny looked. And then Sean Porter said what he said. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of looking at like, I'm saying it's a 50-50 fight with Bud and Earl, but it's the way that I see Bud winning is, he gonna have to keep this fight clean, and it's hard to do against Earl Spence. You know what I mean? That's how you have to keep it clean. You know what I mean? But what people telling me is that he gonna knock Earl out. He gonna knock him out. And I think if that's what we depending on, man, it ain't gonna be a good night for Bud. You know what I mean?
Hey, T, you know what's crazy though? Is I was sitting up here thinking about this too the other day. And I wanted to bring it to y'all because, it might be a bad analogy, it might not be. We all boxing fans, some, know more than others. But check this. When they was talking about, and this is right now, this is just a dream match. They was talking about Devin Haney versus Tank Davis. And I'm like, okay, to me, I say that's a 50-50 fight. Just like, with Earl and Bud, it's 50-50 fight. But they automatically was saying Tank gonna knock Devin out. And I'm like, okay, how? He got more power. And I'm like, that's it? But Devin is the better boxer. In this case, it's kind of the same thing. They say that Bud is the better boxer versus the guy who got more power, but they automatically saying Bud gonna knock him out. And I'm like, how? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it might be a bad analogy, it might not be, but I'm like, okay, if you got a guy that is a better boxer who can probably outbox you, then he wins the fight. But if you got a guy that got more power and he land a clean shot, he knocks you out, he wins the fight. But it's just like, that's what they were saying with Tank versus Devin. But when it comes to Bud versus Earl, Bud gonna knock him out. What you think?
So you saying?
As far as like they automatically just saying, "Oh, Tank got more power, he gonna knock him out."
And they saying Bud got more power, he gonna knock Earl out.
Right. But I'm looking at it like, okay, you know, both guys got strong points on what they do. Y'all just automatically saying that Tank gonna knock Dev out, but Dev is the better boxer, or I'm just looking. Looking at it like it's that fight because the moral of it is, I understand. You got who you like. I get it. Ride with your guy, but you can't have that same energy for one boxer. Then you look at another boxer and say, "Oh, Tank got more power. He just gonna knock him out." That's all I'm saying. As far as the analogy of it. You like who you like. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a hell of a fight, but it seems like when it comes down to that analogy of this guy having more. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead.
Now, that's a good one because you got two boxers. Like, Tank is a better boxer than people give him credit for. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he could knock David out, not just because he got more power, but because he'll be able to catch up to him, eventually type deal. You know what I mean? It's gonna be up to David to not let Tank land there and knock out Pelly. You know what I mean? With Bud and Errol, you know what I mean? They feel like Bud got more power, right? So it's gonna be up to Earl to not let Bud not land there and knock out punch. But where it's different that is Haney don't got the power that Earl got.
Haney got two bunny paws.
And he don't got the activity that Earl got. So when the thing is that Bud is in there with a dude who gonna be throwing more punches than him. Haney and Tank probably gonna be tit for tat with the punches. You know what I mean? Who throw how many what? You know what I mean? Earl throw a lot more punches than Bud.
But it's also different too because you're gonna have Haney on the back foot. Tank's gonna be pushing forward, whereas Bud and EJ, they both gonna come chest to chest from the start. Like it's gonna be like watching two gorillas in the zoo fight. Like there's gonna be no backing off. They going head on straight at each other. And like I said, whoever wins, they're gonna win by knockout because they're way too aggressive not to knock one of them out. Like it just neither guy's gonna back up.
Yeah.
But Tony, I don't mean to cut you off, but here's what I would say to that, dog. And like I said, all y'all go ahead, dog.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, all y'all got some valid points, but I've seen boxers, like you just said, who's pillow fisted or whatever, Devin Haney, that be on the back foot with the guys that's coming aggressively at them, fighting on the back foot, still tagging their head. If you can't get your shit off, you can't get your shit off. You know what I'm saying? I've seen better boxers beat the brawlers, even though they might not be, even though they might be pillow fisted or not. I've seen it happen. We've all seen it happen.
I agree with you there. Like I agree with you. Like just because you got bunny paws, like that's what you were
Tank
born
a little more educated. Tank more educated than the brawler, though. That's what I'm saying. Like he
right.
more educated than the brawler.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, with that matchup, it's going to come down to who's the better boxer. Like, because Devin's going to be on the back foot and Tank's going to be coming forward. It's going to be, is Tank good enough at boxing to cut off the ring, to get in close and let his shots off, or is Devin just too talented to where Tank never gets in range because he's way shorter? The thing with this fight is, this isn't going to come down to who the better boxer is. I'm telling you, all that shit's going to go out the window. The first time one of them get tagged is going out the fucking window, and it's going to be like a Mexican brawl. Like that's what this is going to turn into because they both have that mentality that you're not going to get one up on me. Like, nah, fuck that. You hit me, now I'm going to fuck you up. So it's really, I don't think this is going to, like, they're going to do technical stuff in the pocket, but it's going to be more of a brawl.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point, dog. That's a very good point. But I just wanted to bring that analogy and see if it made sense to y'all. How, you can just say, oh, such and such is gonna beat him. Okay, how? But then when it comes to this fight, such and such is gonna beat him. Okay, how? And then I just brought you the same analogy, but you saying that for that boxer, but and this boxer got the same quality skills, but it's about whose strategy works that day. And another point I'm bringing up too, man, who got the better trainer? Who has the better trainer between the two? Because if you start getting into them late rounds and you got a guy like Bomac sitting in the corner just saying anything that comes out his mouth, but you got a masterclass trainer like Derek James, okay, you on point, you know, this and that. Because I saw Derek James tell Earl shit, and he went out and executed in that same round. Where you got a guy like Bomac just sitting over there, don't know what the hell to do. It's going to come down to that, too.
Yeah.
But I see your point, Tony. I see your point. So yeah, that's a valid point, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I know Derek James, you know, he's got a lot of accolades, but at the same time, you look at Bomac, he built Terrence from the ground up. You know what I mean? It's impressive when you get a trainer who builds a fight. Like, I'll give an example. Freddie Roach gets all this fucking fame, gets all this glory, but Freddie, he improves fighters. He's never built a fighter from the ground up. He could take a guy and hone in his skills, but I don't know if Freddie could take a guy who's from the amateurs to the pros and make him a champion. I don't know that he could do that, whereas somebody like Bomac did. So you got to give him credit, too. He is still a good coach. Are they the equivalent? I don't know.
Got you. You right, bro.
But what I do know is Bomac might put a little bit of that bacon grease in Terrence Crawford's water and give him, you know, a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Man. I just think it's crazy how I ask out, like, everybody that tell me Bud go win, they just so sure that he gonna knock Earl out. And then look, somebody said Terrence Crawford ain't knock out. I mean, EJ ain't knock out Mikey or Danny, but he gonna knock out Terrence Crawford. Bud has never knocked out, you know, nobody like Earl Spence. You know what I mean? Bud knocked out Sean Porter, who never been knocked out. Earl knocked out Ugas, who never been knocked out, right? So he ain't knock out Mikey shit, and that shit is out the window.
And they both did in the 10th round.
You know what I mean? That shit is out the window. Like,
but the thing is, I hate Mikey Garcia. Like, I say this all the fucking time, and people will argue with me, but it's just like what you saw with Ryan Garcia against To-Go, right? He didn't get the knockout. It's hard to knock somebody out who runs from you. It's hard to knock somebody out who goes into survival mode. Like, even Mike Tyson, when people would blink and the fight would be over, he had fighters that he couldn't even knock out because they ran from his ass. Like, Mikey went into flight mode the second half of that damn fight. Like, I don't even get why people bring that shit up. It's not even fair comparison. Like, I've never pulled much from it because Mikey ran.
You know why, Tony? It's because now we live in an age where you got to knock everybody out. And last time I checked, it was a 12-round fight. But what's so crazy is you see people now, and I'm starting to see this too, man. It's a lot of people after Saturday that's real nervous. They won't admit it, but you can just peep how they, you know, talking in the chats. You know, guys like Hamilton Steele. You know, guy, you was on Knockouts last night, wasn't you, Tony?
Yeah, for a little bit.
You see all the nervous energy that's been going around, like, you know, after Saturday. I don't see none of them fans that's running around here, you know, shit talking now. I don't see that. I see people that's a lot nervous and a lot scared now, like, oh shit, now we got to fight.
Well, like I said on Knockouts, I've always looked at it like this. I've always seen the fight a 50-50 fight. However, I always felt like Earl Spence didn't really want to fight. But if you got Earl in the ring, I always had it a 50-50, but I edged Terrence Crawford. After seeing the improvements that he made against Ugas, I now favor Earl Spence going into the fight. Like, right. I can only judge fighters off their last performance and see what they do, what they have, what they don't. But like I said, I can tell you Southern T, I know how Terrence Crawford can beat Earl Spence. Like, I know how he can knock him out. It's just, I don't know if he can do it. Because what it's going to come down to is the pocket fight. And it's going to come down to how good can Terrence Crawford step off the line, attack from angles with combinations, hooks to the body, hooks to the head, step around, come underneath that really good straight that Spence throws and come with the uppercut to catch him in the chin as he steps around. Like, those are the key punches for Crawford to chain them together and never really let up. He's got to be relentless with his attacks, but do it smart. So he could definitely knock him out. It's just
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard.
But here, and here's what I would say to that. How to knock Spence out? Like, what about just outboxing him? Like, he ain't knocking Spence out. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now, bro. He's not knocking Earl Spence.
Like, still, it's guys at 140 and 135, Bud didn't knock out. Your argument got too many holes in it, brother.
No,
Right.
Southern, because I said this earlier, and you might not have been around when I said it. Here's the thing about it. When you look at Terrence Crawford, right, you got to understand that he has moved up 2 weight classes. This is his 3rd, okay? Now, you got to look at other fighters who have done the same thing. Some fall off and some get better as they go up. With Terrence, hold on. With Terrence, since he stepped up
that will make perfect sense. That will make perfect sense if the only good knockout he had was Sean Porter. That's the only good one he got.
Well, the thing about it is, look, you can only do what you can do, and you can only beat the people put in front of you. No, but listen, though, you can only beat the people put in front of you, and what he has done is.
I'm saying if Earl would have put people like that, he'd be on 11 knockouts too. Earl fought 10 top 10 welterweights his last 10 fights.
Look, you can't say that. You can't say that he'd be on 11th Street because he fought Porter. Hold on. He fought Porter and couldn't stop him.
I'm going to tell you his numbers, bro.
I got you, but his last
10, his last 10, he's fought 10 top 10 welterweights at least. You know, some been number 1, some been number 2, some been number 7, some been number 5. You know what I mean? Just he fought 10 top 10. He knocked out 6 of them, right? I think that's better than 11 straight knockouts of guys at lower weight classes and nobody's in one Sean Porter.
I got you, but listen to what I'm about to tell you, and I understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying that Earl Spence cannot knock out the guys that Terrence Crawford did. However, what you got to look at, because we're talking about Bud, not what Spence could do. When Bud was at 140, he wasn't on this huge knockout streak. When he was at 135, yeah, he got knockouts against lower opposition, but it wasn't like he's doing it 147. It is evident and as clear as day that he is now at his best at 147 because he performs better, he looks better, and his power has translated a lot better than it did in the lower classes. Regardless of what you want to say about competition level, when he was fighting the same competition level at 140, 135, he wasn't stopping him. So he has improved with the weight gain.
So when they was making fights like, I just want your opinion on this. My bad, T.
That don't mean he has improved comparing them to himself. That 11 fight knockout streak, you can't if you doing that, it's not 11 knockout, it's not 11 fight knockout streak then, because he ain't knock 11 guys out at 147. You know what I mean?
And
some of them they came at the lower weight class, and this guy's at lower weight class that he didn't knock out as well. You know what I mean? So he on the 4 fight knockout streak if we doing that type deal. And I'm saying is the guys he knocked out, except Porter, and we could get into context about that, but I'm gonna give him Porter. Except Porter, ain't worth a damn. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you can't really make that argument because here's the fact of the matter. Okay,
not competition matter.
No. Here's the facts of the matter. Okay, since he went to 147, he knocked out 2 undefeated fighters. One was Jeff Horn, who Manny couldn't knock out. Now, regardless if you felt like Manny beat Jeff Horn or not, it's irrelevant. Manny couldn't stop him. And that was a younger Manny, a better Manny than the Manny that fought Ugas. And he could not stop Jeff Horn. Whenever Terrence got him, in fact, there was times when Jeff Horn was ragdolling Manny like he was a little kid in the clinch. Whenever Terrence got in there, he made Jeff Horn look like a child. It looked like a child fighting the man.
Do you think Terrence?
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on. You can ask me. Just let me finish this. Then when he fought Jose Benavidez, he was also an undefeated fighter who got stopped.
Okay. Jose Benavidez. Is Terrence Crawford a stronger puncher than Manny Pacquiao?
Yes, singular shot, yes.
Is he naturally a bigger dude than Manny Pacquiao?
Yes.
Is Jeff Horn naturally a bigger dude than both of them?
Yes.
So Terrence Crawford's a bigger puncher. He's a natural bigger dude. So I most definitely do. I knew he was gonna knock Jeff Horn ass out. You know what I mean? I don't hold Manny Pacquiao at fault for that. He's a little dude. He came from one fucking He came from minimum weight, 108, shit like that. He came from the smallest of the smallest. And Jose Benavidez, I like that fight. Competitive fight. Dude had one leg, but that's why he got stopped. He got stopped because he couldn't move. He couldn't move, and Bud punched him, bro. Not saying I don't want, and it sounds like I'm discrediting it, but I don't want to discredit it. But he had one leg, he could not move, and Bud was just he was throwing that heat at his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he caught him.
Right. But my point is this: he still stopped him. That's 2 undefeated. Then whenever he fought Mean Machine, that's the 3rd undefeated welterweight. Now you could take what you want from Mean Machine, but only 2 guys have beat him: Virgil Ortiz and Terrence Crawford. We don't know where he falls in because what I can say, what I do know is Mean Machine, Cal Velasquez, has an amazing amateur background. So he's fought 2 guys who are very good and lost, but we don't know where in the whole scheme of things Mean Machine falls. So that's 3 undefeated fighters that he beat at 147, and he didn't just beat them, he knocked them the fuck out. Whether it's a TKO, I'm sleeping you with a KO, the referee steps in and waves it off, but the corner throws in a towel, it all counts as a knockout.
Look at the fighters that we got a name, and I fuck with Bud. I think Earl the best in the world. I think Bud number 2. Look at the fighters we got a name when we talk about Bud, bro. We talking about Ocampo level fighters. Don't nobody talk about no Ocampo. We talking about Ocampo level fighters, but that's all I'm saying, bro. He knocked out those level fighters, bro.
But it's not just that, though, Southern.
Ocampo was undefeated, but nobody.
You're right, he did. But here's the thing: it didn't just translate to Ocampo level fighters. Whenever he fought an elite in Sean Porter, he stopped his ass. Just like
That's the only one, Tony. I gave you that one. That's the only one.
But it doesn't matter because what you can look at is since he went to 147, he stopped every single fighter he's fought. Then you put an elite there with him, he still stops him.
I like it, and I'm glad he did it. And I want to
but I'm just telling you, like, you got to give him more credit than what you're giving him.
No, Tony.
Salute to the fellas, man.
I'm giving him credit.
Let me ask you this.
I'm giving him credit for what he
deserves. Can I ask a quick question? How many 50-50 fights Terrence Crawford been in?
1. And Porter.
Just a question. Just asking.
Are you talking about his entire career or 147?
And shit, we could go his entire career.
Nah, because you had Victor Postile. You had Victor Postile, who people thought was going to beat him. You had Ndongo, who was everybody was
getting.
Not Ndongo.
No. You can look up articles. You can look up articles when Ndongo fought Terrence Crawford. He was undefeated, and people were big up in Ndongo like he was going to be the next thing.
We talking about
that's because they tripping. Ndongo is not a good fighter. If you thought Ndongo was going to beat Crawford, you crazy.
I did not say that. What I said was this.
Not you, but for the people.
I'm finna Tony, did you have Ndongo in Bud 50-50?
No. But
you gotta have, look, I give you Postile because that was
I agree with the Postal fight. That was a good win.
He had about 3 fights, bro. That was 50-50, bro.
Okay, you can name another one that a lot of people thought Bud may lose. And that's whenever he fought Gamboa, when Gamboa was undefeated and a pound for pound fighter at the time.
That's one of them.
Yeah, I give you Gamboa.
You gotta understand. Bud has been in 50-50 fights at the lower weight classes. At 147, I'll give you. Just Sean Porter was supposedly a 50-50, even though I knew he was going to knock Porter out. I knew it.
Let me ask you.
One in each weight class, it feel like. The only one in each weight class, it feel like. But it's going to be 2 now because he's about to fight Earl.
Let me ask Tony this. Tony, what did you think about the when him and Amir Khan fought? When they first signed that fight, what was your thoughts about that?
I thought it was a very good fight. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what. I thought it was a very good fight because it would let me know how good of a boxer Terrence Crawford really was. Here's the thing about Amir Khan. We all know he has no chin. We all know that if you hit it, he goes to sleep. But here's one thing that not even Canelo could do. Canelo could not outbox Amir Khan before he knocked him out. Amir Khan was outboxing the shit out of Canelo.
Say it again, Tony.
Now here's what it did for me. Here's what it did for me. Never seen Amir Khan outboxed until he fought Bud Crawford, and Bud outboxed the shit out of him. So that's why I like the fight.
And he quit. That boy ain't got no heart. That boy ain't got no heart, though.
You think Bud was outboxing him? I know a lot of people that had Amir Khan beating him before he got stopped. I mean,
No. Amir Khan did not get stopped. Amir Khan.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't even the fact that Bud was out. It wasn't even the fact that Bud was. It wasn't even the fact that Bud was just so much outboxing. It's just the fact that when Bud was touching him, you saw it, and when Amir Khan touched Bud, you ain't see shit. Bud was beating on his ass. The boxing match
made Amir look like he ain't
Bud was just beating on his ass.
Amir got so bad he quit. He quit.
Exactly. Yeah, he did.
The reason why I asked though, Tony, is because during that time I'm looking at the fight like, okay, when they signed the fight, here's a guy that's been knocked out prior to at least 3-4 times. And to me, I'm looking at this fight like this shit don't even make sense to me. Like, it just seems to me like as he got, started going forward, his competition was kind of either mediocre or just slightly just slacking off until he got to Sean Porter. Because if you really think about it, he didn't really want to fight Sean Porter. Sean had to press him for that fight until it was like, okay, I go ahead and fight him now. Stand back and stand by, or now you pissing me off. I remember what he was saying. He didn't really want to fight him.
But
and not because he was scared either.
At the same time, Porter put out articles saying he didn't want to fight Terrence either. So, I mean, it's a two-way street with them two, but they were friends. So
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, and I get it. You're right. They were friends, or what? They still are friends, whatever the case is. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm looking at the level of competition. That's all. And I'm not taking shit away from his skills, man. I think the dude cold.
Yeah,
he cold with.
It's no slight on Bud. It's not his fault completely.
Think about it like this.
Some of those dudes where they at.
I want you to really think about this. And this is, I've never rated Ugas. I've never thought Ugas was good. I've never liked Ugas, and I knew Earl Spence was going to beat him unless Earl Spence was not 100%. That's the only way. If that wreck took more out of Earl Spence than anybody knew internally, he could have lost. But that wasn't the case. That's the only way that Earl would have lost to Ugas. Here's the thing about it. Ugas was getting his ass whooped at 140 pounds. He got, 3 losses at 140? At the same time, Terrence Crawford went undisputed. So I've never rated Ugas as much of anything. And while people like to take away saying, oh, it was the weak era when Bud became undisputed at 140, here it is, a guy that people want to argue is elite. Ugas, he couldn't even make it to 140 without taking 3 losses.
We didn't say, we never said Ugas was elite. We give Ugas his respect, but people was telling me I was being disrespectful to Ugas by not giving him a chance. No cap, Tony. I never seen
he had no chance.
Saying he was going to TKO Spence.
Tony, they built Ugas up so good for EJ to beat you. I loved it, Tony. I loved it.
Yeah, people was a prisoner of the moment. That Pacquiao win made people prisoners of the moment.
I loved it, Tony. I said, yes, keep this. I said, keep that. Ugas is this. Ugas is that. Shout out King Ugas. Yes. Yes. And what happened? Set that shit up perfectly for him. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That Pacquiao win got people.
Now that win look better because you want to hate on this. You want to hate on Earl so bad. You gave Ugas all his credit, and Earl punched his fucking lights out, literally.
But here's the thing. I look at it like this: if Terrence Crawford beats Earl Spence, it doesn't make him a bad fighter. It just means that Bud is that special. He's that special. He'll be the only 2-time undisputed champion. And then possibly a 3-time. It's possibly a 3-time because he said if he beats Spence, he's going to go up and fight Charlo.
Fight your little brother. He's going to find your little brother. Even though Jamel older, I'm going to fight your little brother next. No.
But I'm just saying, like,
fuck with you.
So it doesn't take anything away from this. The problem that I have with boxing, and this is why boxing is falling so bad, because when these guys fight the other elites and they risk an O, then people want to say they're a bum because they lose to a good ass fighter.
Hamilton, Jamel said he will fight Earl Spence. I'm actually doing Southern T on it. He actually said I will fight Earl Spence, by the way. He said he will fight him. They both said the exact same thing, but go ahead, my bad, Tony.
No, I was just saying that, like, if Bud goes out there and knocks Earl Spence out in the first round, that doesn't make Earl Spence a bad fighter. He was never a bad fighter. It's just Bud's that special.
Nah, if he get knocked out in the first,
I'm just saying.
He can't get knocked out in the first round, bro.
No, I'm just saying, hypothetically, even if he did it.
No, I'm saying he can't. Nah, he can't. Nah, he can't
I got you. But even if you want to say it vice versa, if Earl Spence
neither one.
No, let me finish. If Earl Spence goes out there and knocks Terrence Crawford out in the first round, that doesn't mean Terrence Crawford was a bad fighter.
Now let's go look real. See, look, Tony. Now I say this, Tony. I think Bud I think we'll question both of them if they get knocked out in the first round. But I think we'll really, really, really question Bud if he get knocked out in the first round by Earl Spence. Because
I don't, because here's the thing about it.
I don't think me and you will. I don't think me and you will. I'm saying, like, the people, like the masses.
But here's how I look at it. You can't question Bud because this is his third weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like you
I
can't
understand it.
He already did everything he needed to do. He's in his third weight class. Now, here's the thing about EJ. If EJ got knocked out in the first round, you can't question him because he beat all the other elites. He just couldn't beat Bud. Like, it's dumb. Like, I can't co-sign with saying either do the shit if they lose.
Yeah, I agree. Because, you lose to an elite fighter don't make you, a bad fighter. You lost to an elite fighter. Especially depending on how you lose, how this motherfucker go. If they lose in the first round, ain't neither one of them, a bad fight in my book, but that ain't what people gonna say. You know that much. That ain't what people gonna say. And I think with the energy being put out with it, if Bud lose in the first round, not even Bud, none of that Bud see it like that, but his team, though, the much shit as they've been talking, I think it's gonna open them up to a lot of shit. But if he beats Spence, though, oh boy. If he beats and don't let him stop him, if he able to stop Earl, Bud got the best ever in the world, like the Bud in the GOAT conversation. And nobody gonna be able to tell him shit. You really gonna be able to talk about accomplishments then and wins. Who got a bigger win than that? Who have a bigger win than that, Earl Spence? With 2 undisputed divisions. Nobody done that. And I beat Earl Spence, the best fighter, of this generation. Most definitely the best welterweight, right? Of this generation.
I guess you could say that. I guess that would be a fair statement that Earl is the best 147 of this current era. I guess that's a fair statement. Because Bud's not really a 147-pound fighter. He moved up to it.
Bingo.
So I guess that's a fair statement because EJ's pretty much beat everybody at the top.
Bingo.
The only people left for him to fight if he stayed at 147 would be up and comers that are trying to build their name, like a Conor Benn or
those don't count.
But I know. I'm just saying, like, there's nobody left for him to beat outside of Bud. Once he beats Bud, if he beats Bud, then that's it. You know what I mean? He's beat all the top guys. So I guess that's a fair statement. I agree.
Teddy said, okay, Tony, so if Spence wins, is he the best in the world? Because he shouldn't win against Bud, according to fans.
No, I would not consider. Look, here's the deal. At the end of the day, Terrence Crawford is going up 3 weight classes to be a welterweight, and that's why he's a pound-for-pound fighter. For Earl Spence to be in the same boat, I can't put him a number 1 pound-for-pound because he beats Bud. Now, if Earl Spence goes up to 154 and beats Charlo, Castaño, or maybe even depending on what Tim Tszyu does or Fondora does, or any of them top guys at 154, then you can start to talk about him being a top pound-for-pound fighter. But just like Triple G, I can't consider a top pound-for-pound fighter, bro. Huh?
Yeah, I say this. I guess that's like subjective because you got some people that feel like pound for pound. For example, I'll use BFTB. His explanation for pound was if you was in any of these other weight classes, would you dominate? Or do you see the person dominate? He says something along those lines. So it's like I respect both viewpoints. They both make sense to me.
They fought at the same weight class, who will win?
But
look, that type of shit.
That's like saying Southern T that because Josh Taylor beat everybody at 140, he should be a top pound for pound fighter. And I disagree when you got guys like Inoue who are clearing out divisions and moving up.
Yeah, but see, applying that logic, do you think he would, dominate if he were in these other weight classes? Like, just based on what you've seen, I honestly don't think so. Yeah, Josh Taylor. I don't think so.
I don't know, because I thought he lost the cat around. I thought he got his.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just when you apply that logic.
Here's the thing about it.
Good question.
Here's the thing about it. You got to think about it like this, okay? If you have an ounce of silver and you turn it into a pound of silver, it's still not going to be worth more than a pound of gold. So if you have somebody who's the gold standard, but the other dude's silver, it doesn't matter if you make them equivalent in weight, the gold's still going to outweigh them. You know what I mean? So there are limitations to people saying pound for pound. But I don't know. Like, I would need to see Spence in this era of fighting be a more than one division champion to consider him a pound for pound fighter. As I was trying to say, Triple G, I've never considered him a pound for pound fighter because he's a career middleweight. He's never moved up. He's always been a middleweight, and he'll probably retire a middleweight, especially at 40 years old. So I can't compare him to a guy who's won 3-4 different weight classes. Like, it's just incomparable.
Yeah, I get you. And you won't get me up there arguing.
Pound. I take all that shit into consideration, but I give it each his own, weight. I break down like, the context of all this shit. You know what I mean? If it's a little bit of if you could fight, if I feel like if y'all two fight at the same weight, who I think win, it's a little bit of, who got, better accomplishments. It's also who you fought in your own division, already. You know what I mean? So with me, it's a little bit of
everything, right?
Into one, and then I make my pound for pound. Where people give Bud, in that pound because he went from this division, that division. I say pound for pound, his wins don't stack up to a guy like Earl Spence. If you take his best wins, let's take his championship fights and compare them to Earl Spence championship fights. Pound for pound, his wins don't stack up. So I grade them accordingly like that as well. And if I think they both fight, I think Earl win. That's why I have him having Bud. But like let's say I got Bud in front of Cool Boy Step, you know what I mean? Because I think if they fought, at the same division, Bud beat him. And like Bud got more accolades, type shit. But Cool Boy Steph is still to be seen, which is why I got him, which is why I got Bud, like top 3 and Cool Boy like number 7 or some shit.
Top 10.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's a little bit of everything. I got
That's
Cool
why I
Boy.
said it's subjective.
I got Cool Boy in front of Shakur. You know what I mean? Because he did a little more right now. Not necessarily because I think he might beat him in the fight because I think he did a little more right now. You know what I mean?
I think that's fair.
My thing is this to Tay in the comment section. Look, accolades kind of go hand in hand with pound for pound because they show you the quality of the opposition. They let you know how many other world champions they beat, how many titles they've collected, and how many weight classes they've gone up. Here's the fact of the matter, all right? A little man is supposed to lose to a bigger man. That's why there's weight classes, okay? When you have a little man who can continually beat the bigger men and then keep going with an even wider and wider gap of bigger men that they're beating, they're defying the odds every time they fight, and they're showing you how great they are because in every fight they fight, they're supposed to lose because they came from a much smaller weight class. But they're so skilled that they're overcoming the physics of them being at a disadvantage. When you have guys who are only fighting guys their same size, and yeah, they may be dominant, it's not the same as a little guy who's gone up. Now he's fighting guys 15, 20 pounds bigger than him, and he's beating the shit out of them. That's more impressive than two guys the same size fighting each other.
Well, okay, Tony, can I argue this? Bud was always bigger than those guys that he was fighting at those lower weight classes.
I mean, you can make that statement, but I'm not just talking about Bud Crawford. I'm talking about, like you said, Shakur Stevenson. I'm talking about Inoue. I'm talking about guys who have moved up, Chocolatito, etc. Like they're overcoming the odds with every victory.
I give a little more credit for moving up in the bigger weight, like more credit for moving up from 47, 54, 54, 60, 66, 8 than I do. Not saying I don't give credit for, but it's more when you move up in the heavier divisions. In my eyes, that's how I feel about it, because it's the fights become different. The physical, like you said, the physicalness of it becomes different, which is why Bud do deserve all that credit, that he get for moving up to 47 with what I think are people his size, which he's knocking out. I think that's his weight class. I think he always could have been there. Be real with you. I think he always could have been there.
I hear you, Southern. I was just talking to Tay because he's responding to me. I disagree with you, Tay. My ideology does not go against what pound for pound represents. I understand why they created who they created for, but here's what I'm telling you.
No, he's right though. No, he's right.
No, here's what I'm telling you. If you got a guy like Terrence Crawford, let's just use him because we're talking.
No, he gotta be true.
You got Terrence Crawford who started at 135 and he's now 147, right? And let's say he beats Earl Spence Jr. coming up. If you made them pound for pound the same to where Terrence Crawford would have started at 147, never came up, and he beat Earl Spence, then if he would have fought Earl Spence at that natural size, he would have dog walked him even easier, because now he has no natural disadvantages. So what I'm trying to tell you is when you see these guys go up in weight, you're already getting an indication of how great they are pound for pound because they're overcoming that pound difference.
But if you can't fight, Tony, it don't matter if you big or small. If I like at a certain level, right, 30, 35, right? If a guy is at 147, the best fighter at 140, Prograde.
Take D.
Prograde could whoop a few niggas at 147, especially not the elites. Prograde could whoop damn near 80% of the niggas at 147, not the elites, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like Canelo. You move up to fight Makabu and shit. Like I get it. It's time for time. He a bigger dude, but he's still a big trash nigga. You know what I mean? He's still a big trash dude. I'm giving him credit. Like I feel what you say. I give him credit for moving up, but I also give him credit for moving up right and fighting a guy with fighting a top guy at the same time. You know what I mean? Earl ain't never switched a division, but I'm looking at it like this. Okay, what he did in his division, if I put his skill set in another division and his accomplishments, at the same time. You know what I mean?
Let's say it like this, Southern T. Let's think of it like this. Look at Lomachenko at 130, okay? He no longer looks like the Matrix. Yes,
man, hold on.
Yes, Lomachenko is still good. Yes, he is still talented, but he doesn't look as good as he did in the last weight class and the one before that, where he started. He doesn't still have that Matrix aspect. Why? Because now his skills are coming to a point of where they don't outweigh the disadvantage he is in size. Whereas he looked like he was untouchable, made 4 people just quit, you know what I mean, in a row in concession, which is unheard of in boxing. But the minute he went up to 130, he started looking more, not average, but looking more of like a normal fighter. Now, what makes somebody like Manny Pacquiao way better or Floyd Mayweather way better is they did that shit, Manny, in 8 different weight classes. Floyd did it in 5 different weight classes. He never ran into a wall in 5 weight classes, whereas Loma ran into a wall at only 3. So I could tell you, pound for pound, I know Floyd Mayweather, if you made them both the same size, would beat the shit out of Lomachenko, because I've seen where Lomachenko's skills cap whenever he's got a disadvantage in size. Whereas Floyd Mayweather Jr., he never ran into that cap. He never did, because he was so much more skilled than all the guys he fought. It didn't make a fuck that he was 5 weight classes up from where he started. So what I'm saying is you can start to see as these guys move up how great their skill is while they become more disadvantaged in size. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I ain't saying you wrong, Tony. I agree with you.
Well, no, I'm talking.
I don't think it's a wrong answer type thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I use what you use as well, Tony. I think you just make
quality
great.
of opposition is definitely good. I agree with you. You have to go off the quality of opposition.
Yeah. I think you might just give a fighter, more credit in one area than I do know in this area, type deal. That's my way to be like you. The accomplishments wise, it's hard to put anybody in front of Bud. Being rigged, if you going off, what he did type deal, undisputed, multiple divisions. Let's throw the Porter shit in there type deal. But when we get into the context of it, I just told you, Spence, folk, it's either it's 10 straight. His last, if you add Ugas, his last 9 fights been against top 10 opponents, top 10 welterweights. And really, his last 9 fights been against top 7 welterweights because the lowest one was ranked number 7. And that was a mandatory.
And I got you. But regardless at 147, Bud has fought the elite of what was elite in the weight classes when he was there before moving up. Regardless if you consider it a weak division, strong division at the time, he beat the best there was in his weight classes before going to 147. And a lot of the guys he beat were undefeated.
Did you take Styles the fighter beat into consideration? Like different, like say Bud for Bud beat Sean Porter, he a mauler, and he beat what's the boy name? Young boy, he a boxer, right? Like boom, there's 2 different styles. Do you be like, okay, pound for pound? I seen him fight this style, so I think it'll translate to this, this weight class, that fight.
No. So I don't take styles that they have into consideration with pound for pound.
That they faced.
But what I do is when I do predictions, I look at the styles that both fighters come with, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses is, and how they stack up against each other based off of opponents and putting everything together. That's why like my predictions on my playlist, 100%, ain't got one wrong. And a lot of those are underdogs that I pick. So like for instance, I told the world AJ was going to lose on the scorecards to Usyk. Nobody believed me. Told the world Kambosos was going to beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. Nobody believed me. So there's a lot of underdogs I picked, and
I pick Usyk.
I use the styles when I analyze them, but when it comes to pound for pound, I got to look at achievements.
Yeah, I take it out into consideration, not because like I said, man, when you get in the context, so I ain't just talking about Bud. I really, especially Canelo, when you get in the context of a lot of this shit, man, this shit get to looking different. For real.
Canelo was good, but his pound for pound is highly overrated because he should have a lot more losses on his record than what he does.
Right. Again, you know what I'm saying? So I can't just do a compliment, so I gotta add a little bit of all that shit in there. The definition of pound for pound is how your style translate. The original definition, right, is if 2 fighters were the same size, who will win?
Right.
That's if 2 fighters the same size, who wins the fight? That's the original.
Yeah, if you could blow one up, shrink one down, make them equivalent, who would win the fight?
That's the original definition of it. We add, I'm glad Crush and her this part of the promo he be going out. We add that, the extra shit, to it and all that good shit. But really, when it comes down to it, it's the size. But I add that in there too. I take that into consideration along with a bunch of other shit. You know what I mean? If they styles match up with their accomplishments and with the level of the people they beat, along with the styles they beat, because styles is what make fights. So if I make you the same size, I gotta match your styles up against each other. You know what I mean? So I look for the people in your division that you fought with, with a similar style to this dude that I want to match you up against on the pound for pound list. I can't. A lot of people got Bud number 1 ain't pound for pound list. I think Spence beat Bud, so by default, what did I have to do, y'all? Y'all see what I mean? My shit makes sense to me. You know what I mean? I can't. I try to get it down to simple, as possible. You know what I mean? If these 2 guys in the same division, and I think Bud is number 1 pound for pound, right? They're in the same division to me, but I think this guy beat Bud, and they're in the same division. How I'm gonna put Bud over him in my pound for pound? That's why my pound for pound is 1 and 2, Spence and Bud, because I don't think nobody beat them in no division you put him in. I think if there was heavyweights, cruiserweights, or middleweights, super middleweights, light heavyweights. Well, if they were whatever they was, I think you put them in there with anybody, they get beat up. I think they beat up whoever you put them in there with right now. You know what I mean? Just that simple. So that's how I look at it. That's why I got them 1 and 2. And I got to update my shit because I had the boy Taylor, if I ain't mistaken, number 3. So I got to update my shit. It's getting close to the middle of the year.
I don't know. Because if you just go that rudimentary, like, to me, there's no way in hell. If you
now, that's how I feel out my top 2.
No. I'm saying if you made Earl Spence a heavyweight, in my opinion, there's no way in hell his style that he could beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury would box circles around him, and he wouldn't be able to do absolutely nothing.
If you made Earl Spence a heavyweight, Tyson Fury stop to the body too.
If you made Earl Spence 6'9", he would get the shit beat out of him by Tyson.
If you made Earl Spence 6 foot, if you made Earl Spence 6'9", he would probably knock Tyson Fury ass the fuck out.
I don't agree with that. It's just like if you made Earl Spence 6'4",
imagine the
same dance around him.
Tony, imagine the same Earl Spence right now. Make him Tyson Fury height. Make him Tyson Fury. That man will maul Tyson Fury. Bro.
Think about this Southern T.
He got knocked down by Cunningham, bro.
But bro, think about this. Think about this right here. You got Earl Spence number 1. There's another fighter. There's another fighter who did the same thing Earl Spence did, but went undisputed. He beat every single top tier fighter he could beat in his division. Usyk. Not only did he beat every top fighter there was in his division, 2 of them were undefeated champions. He took them O's from them, gave them their first L's, took their straps, went undisputed. Then he went up to heavyweight and got 3 out of the 4 major titles. And he beat who some consider was the number 1 heavyweight. They would argue either the number 1 or 2 heavyweight with 3 of the fucking titles. He dog walked them and beat the shit out of them. So by your logic, then Usyk should be your number 1 pound for pound.
But Usyk is my pound for pound, bro.
No, I'm saying he should be your number 1 if that's what you're going.
Nah, man, Usyk was my number 3. That was my number 3. Usyk up there, bro, for sure. He's for sure up there.
Usyk could fight his ass off.
But Usyk's done more than Spence, is what I'm saying.
No, now you consider.
No, he's done way more than Spence.
Now you consider level. No, yeah. If you're going off the heavyweight division because he's pound for pound is just unheard of.
No. What I'm saying is Southern T.
No.
Not even off the heavyweight. If you go off of what he did at cruiserweight, he did more than Earl Spence has done.
Nobody undisputed cruiser.
No, nobody at cruiserweight.
That's the only thing. One of the weakest divisions in boxing.
It's really not. There's a lot of
talent. Cruiserweight.
Yeah,
I'm not saying there's no talent there. Just out of all the divisions, cruiserweight is one of the lesser.
The people that he beat are average.
Lesser known.
The people he beat are average at cruiserweight.
And that's not his fault, but it just is what it is. Had to fight who was there. It just wasn't no killers there like that. He had a few, maybe a couple solid ones. Overall, cruiserweight definitely needs some more people there.
If you made Earl Spence 6'9", 260 pounds, he'll beat the shit out of Tyson Fury right now.
That style, boy.
It'll be ugly, Tony. It'll be ugly, Tony. It'll be ugly, man.
I'm telling you, I don't believe he could beat Tyson Fury style.
Tyson Fury feet ain't that good, bro. He can get away from Wilder, and he can't get away from. If Wilder had Earl Spence feet, Wilder feet ain't as good as Earl Spence feet, bro. If he had Earl Spence feet, if Wilder fought like Earl Spence, bro, he would have starched Tyson Fury ass, fool. Earl Spence is active, bro. Come on, stop. Come on, Tony.
Hey, hold on. See the chat real fast. Garcia, Breedis. Look up how fucking dominant them fighters were. Look up.
I know. I'm familiar.
No. I'm talking about.
I'm familiar.
Name them in cruiserweight. He beat Michael Hunter when Michael Hunter was undefeated, and a lot of people could argue.
Breedis got held off the too, though, but he died.
Come on, man. Usyk.
I like Michael Hunter.
A lot of killers in fucking a cruiserweight.
He got Bellew, Breedis, and I give you the Gaston dude.
And Michael Hunter.
Man.
What are you talking about? Michael Hunter got robbed in the Povetkin fight. He should have beat Povetkin. He should have got that win. That's a cruiserweight who moved up. Come on,
Michael Hunter let me down, bro. Don't talk to me about Michael Hunter, bro.
That performance.
Man, come on. You already know what I'm talking about, this dude.
Yeah. Facts.
Man.
I
will have Michael Hunter, bro.
Like I said,
fucking draw.
Just Breeders and Gassiev alone. Them 2 fucking wins are fucking. Both them dudes are fucking good.
Those,
like,
those dudes.
It's
just not a deep division, is what I'm saying. I think it got some talent for sure. Definitely. The names you mentioned, I'm familiar with them, and I think they some beasts too. I just don't think Cruiserweight was deep, and that's not nobody's fault. Not Usyk's fault.
And then, like I said, he goes up and dog walks AJ.
Yes.
Like come on.
Yeah.
Yes, impressive. And I knew he was going to do it. I knew it. I like Usyk.
Josh Taylor was my number 4.
Really do.
I think Bud was my number 5. And Canelo was my number 6.
I mean, there's a strong possibility that Usyk could become undisputed at heavyweight. There's a strong.
And then he'll be number 1. And then he'll be number 1. And then he'll be number 1. Yeah, but man, look, Earl beat the shit out there, man. For he was heavyweight. I just want to straight. I just want to get across. Tyson Fury got to fight this weekend. You watching it, Tony?
Hell yeah! I picked Dillian White to knock his ass the fuck out. And like I said, my predictions are 100%. Now, I'll be honest. I could see Tyson Fury going into flight mode and losing on the cards, but he's going to lose. There is no doubt in my mind he is going to lose.
I think it's it. You think the Buck stops at Dillian White with him? Think Dillian gonna take him out?
Yeah, Dillian gonna take him
out.
I
hope he do. Shit, to be honest with you.
Trust me,
really
all
the
shit that Tyson Fury does is not gonna work against Dillian White. Stylistically, it's not gonna work. And Tyson Fury knows it. Look, here's what people aren't peeping. Southern, listen to this. Here's what people aren't peeping. Tyson Fury, when this fight first got announced, said he was gonna retire, right? Nobody believed him. Then he said about midway through, before all these press conferences started, that this was going to be his last fight. Now, in an interview he just did after the press conference where they were face to face, he is now for the 3rd time confirmed, win, lose, or draw, this is his last fight. He knows deep down he's about to get his ass whooped. I'm telling you.
I think if he really sincere about that, I think that damage he sustained in that trilogy is real.
I think he finna retire for a few reasons. Everything y'all said is true, but I got different reasons. But everything y'all said, I believe is true also.
Look, I don't
what you think? What you thinking, my boy?
His ass finna retire because shit finna get hot.
I was thinking that too.
Shit finna get hot. He finna retire.
Shit hitting that fan, ain't it?
Exactly.
And he fought this dude already too. The dude he had to draw with. This is his 2nd time fighting this guy.
Who did?
Jerry Ford's kid, Michael Hunter. When they gave him the draw, he beat this dude already. Unanimous decision in the 8th rounder early in his career.
Damn.
When he was 4-0, he fought this dude. So he had to draw with. Yeah, that disappointed me too, man. That performance, I was a little annoyed by it. Michael Hunter definitely better than that. Usyk had whooped Joe Joyce's ass, and I don't know what that was, or some type of tournament or something. I know it didn't go on the actual records, but it was something. You seen it?
What the fuck is it called? The boxing.
My bad. That joint kicked me out.
So they're considered amateur fights, but they fought like pros.
Facts. I noticed that.
What was the name of it? It's the Boxing League.
That shit was crazy. I'm like, oh shit, he was boxing circles around that dude, man. I'm like, Usyk, fuck, he's a dangerous dude, man. They lucky he ain't got no one punch knockout power. That shit'd be crazy. It really did do some damage. But I like Usyk though, for sure. He can scrap. And he got a personality. He like the jokester. It's a silly dude.
I just thought of it. It was the World Series of Boxing. That's what it's called. They count as amateur fights, but they're actually pro fights.
No headgear and everything. I'm like, I seen a couple people fighting in those. Seen Cool Boy fighting one of them joints too. I just don't remember the opponent, but I know that wasn't on his official record.
I ain't gonna lie.
I like Cool Boy. I hope we could get them other champions in the ring after this next fight. So you got a chance to tie that division up. Have that shit on Smash. Easily see him becoming undisputed at 122 if given an opportunity.
But I'm gonna be honest, like if you put everything aside, I think Shakur Stevenson technically is the best boxer in all of boxing.
I'm from Jersey, so you already know. You could just imagine how I'm rocking with him, and not just for that, but man, that dude. My cousin used to box, and that's like I was telling T. That was one of the first dudes he put me on, and he vouched for heavily. He was like, "I'm telling you, watch this dude." I caught his Olympic run. Yeah, he had a lot of high praise for that.
He was good.
Man. A lot.
What we talking about right now? What we talking about?
Shakur Stevenson. You know, right now, currently, like Mayweather, he holds the highest land percentage and least hit.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got the best defense and offense in all of boxing, just like Mayweather.
He get hit less than Floyd as of right now.
Yeah, but like Southern said, the competition's a lot lower for him.
No. I'm just saying it's early and it's it's just right now. I ain't necessarily got to remain that way. Floyd had 50 fights, so.
No, but you're
right. A lot of catching up, but it's so impressive, man. His opponents land like 4-point-something punches around. I did a video. I had put that in the slide. Yeah, he forgot how many consecutive rounds he outlanded. That shit is crazy. It's hard to hit that kid, and it's consistent. He's consistently hard to hit. It ain't like every now and it's every fight. It's just hard to find a target. I think if Valdez banking on catching him slipping, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. He's going to be switched on defensively the whole night. You could guarantee that.
The only problem I have with this fight is I know the WBC lets all of the Reynoso fighters do PED. They allow it. They sweep it under the rug. And other people have to like whistle blow so you find out that they actually got popped. So I don't even trust Valdez is going to be at this fight clean. Like I think I can't prove it, but I don't think he's going to be clean. And
shit, they already.
Why would he? He wasn't clean last time. Why would he be clean?
That's what I'm saying.
We with you.
We with you about this fight.
Yeah, but yeah, I get you. But I really think. I think we got something special with that jersey, with that North man, that North kid, man. I think he gonna beat his ass. But I get what you're saying for sure. I'm sure about the PEDs. I just can't believe they let him get away with it.
They let him all get away with him, Canelo, the whole fucking Reynoso.
What you saying, T?
I'm hoping that our boy Shakur, just our boys and Devin. I'm speaking on both of them. I hope that Devin and Shakur, just so talented that he just see them through whatever the fuck that they got going on, type deal. That's what I'm hoping though. But it is no it. I think just like we aware of what's going on, Shakur aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So he heard what's going on. He saw what happened. He know what happened. The dude worked for his company. He know what he did his last fight before last. He know what they let him do fight before last. So he know what's going on.
Yeah, so shit is crazy, man. Yeah, like they got like 3-4 fighters over there that pop or something.
For real.
And that's just not a coincidence, man. And it's like these motherfuckers be getting mad when you call them out on it. Like Valdez, you had like 2 different things in your system talking about T. They debunked that quick as hell. They found out no T that is on the market has those substances in it, so he's full of shit. And I just can't believe they let that man fight, let him keep his belt. He got a bullshit gift decision. Then they gave that man a statue days later. Like, come on, yo, when do it stop with y'all?
See, my thing is this. Here's the thing. I'm not saying fighters should not be clean, right? But the problem that I have with testing these dudes is the WBC, they pick and choose who gets in trouble. And really, truthfully, what it is if they do it, they don't get in trouble. But if I do it, I get banned from the sport. And I see it as a handicap. Like, if I fought any of the Reynoso fighters, I'd say, nah, we ain't doing no PED test. And I'd jump on every fucking thing I could whenever I got in the ring with them because I know they're cheating. I don't know, but I know. You know what I mean? Exactly. If I had never done PEDs before, I'd be doing it for that fight.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you know that kid is dangerous. Like, you could tell by his energy, he know what the challenge is in front of him. He can say what he wants, but he don't look too excited to be in there having to fight that dude. And it's funny just seeing it. Like, he didn't want that fight. Care what he say. Would have fought him at 26. You on your ass at a young boy Hawk. Shakur still. Young boy Hawk
them tough fighters. I don't think too much of it. I think when he said it, everybody took it a certain way. But really, what he meant was, bro, what he already said before, y'all. I don't make my fight. My team make my fights. This Tank Tank kind of like early in this sense, bro. Them folks gonna say whatever they think. They don't think about that shit. They say they just say whatever comes. Like Tank just starting to talk. So he ain't lying. When he speak, he ain't lying. He ain't lying on nobody. He said, nah, I ain't asking shit. What he really did was what he always said, my team make my fights. That's how I feel about it. My team make my fight. That's what I heard. My team make my fight.
That's what he always said that. He just can't. The fact that he kept it real is like, I know some people gonna make it out to be a negative statement, but I don't interpret it like that. I don't comprehend.
Basically, what Tank did was really what happened. People didn't like was basically Tank really kind of took Floyd's side. They said Floyd. Everybody know Floyd been keep you from getting the fights. No, I never asked him for a bit. He straight up said I never asked him for a fight. That I think that's what people didn't like. He ain't shit on Floyd a little bit, you know. I told you I don't think that shit is all the way broken. You know what I mean? I don't think it's beyond repair.
Me either.
I don't think it's beyond repair. I had said that shit. That's interesting, man. I don't know because shit.
I definitely think it's something.
Floyd can get that man any fight he want to get. You know what I mean? He got to put it. He got to put it in his new contract. If he stay with Floyd or something, he got to put it in his new contract. There where he get a
conversation where they could word up.
Say so, or they could pick the fights, but they got to give him the last say so, like on 3 options or some shit, 2 options, something like that. You know what I mean, or some shit like that. No, but I don't think he necessarily gotta leave Floyd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he gotta leave him. You know what I mean? But he need a better deal. He need a deal where he got more say so. Because he always been saying, right, my team make it. Okay, that's the shit that I want to end in, Tank. I want you to make more of your own fight so I can see what you think. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't blame him. I think I kind of knew that though. You know, because he always said it, but I let the best team. I let them make my fight. Let them make my fight. I fight who they put in front of me. He always said he just said the same thing again.
And in another way, he basically telling you he's trusted his team thus far. So it's like they lined him up, he knocked him down, and he got paid. And now I think it's at the point where
sign back, he ain't getting any younger. I think if he don't sign back, he need to be a free agent. I say that, Dion.
Yeah, don't sign with nobody.
If he don't, then he shouldn't sign with nobody. If he don't sign with Floyd, just do it on see what happens to your on your own type shit. But I think he might though. I think he go sign back. Me personally, my personal opinion, I think he going back. Me personally.
Yeah.
I think he's going back. Yeah, I think he's going back.
He was here the whole time.
I just want to leave.
I was about to just check you.
I have to take the Cajun.
Go get KJ. Where you going, Rock?
Damon Dorsey said, I think it's a tactic to make people think he leaving, get people heads. Then at the end, he signed back with Floyd after the fight. Yeah, something like that. I had said that earlier. I was like, man, because when Tank said that will be his last fight, Floyd was like, I won't be mad at him if he left. I was like, man, Floyd way too calm to be about to lose his best asset. I said, could it be a promotion thing? When we first had this conversation, y'all remember I was confused as hell my goddamn self. I had an open pound about that Tank shit. That shit hit like 2.2, by the way. I appreciate that. But when we had that open pound at that time, and we know what the fuck was going on, I said that it might be a promotional thing. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But now it's been a time where I knew he wasn't coming back around that press conference thing, and now it's what he said on $1 million worth of game. It kind of sound like that shit. He taking a little blame for some shit. So he trying to take the pressure off Floyd. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck going on with Tank right now. But I say this, man, whether he stay or go, he gotta fight some damn body. And then the thing is with Tank, I made something to you about this too. It's not that we want Tank to fight, better opponents, because the opponent that he just faced, Cruz, is ranked high in the division, right? He beat Gamboa, you know what I mean? He beat a motherfucking Pedraza, you know what I mean, who just fought for a title type deal, you know what I mean? So it ain't that we want him to fight better people, that we want him to fight more known people. That's really what it is, you know what I mean? So whoever he fight next, just make sure it's a name where you can knock his ass out and people are like it. Because I think ain't too many more Tank fights go get harder than Isak Cruz. Harder than Isak Cruz for him to win, especially with one hand, Isak being Isak, all that good shit. Tank probably finna start starching these folks there. Actually, I already been starching these folks there. So now he done got past that. Like, ain't nobody gonna be able to do nothing to him like Isak did to him. You know what I mean? He done got past that shit. He done been through that. Niggas' ass is in trouble, man. Folks' ass is in trouble right now. Folks' ass is in trouble right now. And he gonna prove, and he gonna show y'all with Rolly Romero. He gonna show y'all Rolly Romero exactly what he had.
Rolly is special type of special. He's extremely slow, and never underestimate somebody that's that stupid. Like, never underestimate him. I'm telling you. But I'm about to get off. Y'all hold it down.
All right, hey,
no doubt.
Hey, Rolly Romero. Hey,
he got an ass whooping coming from. Hopefully, he been having trouble sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Man about to get the best snap of his career, and he can thank Tank for that. No, he been having some anxiety over this fight. They be all over. Few short. What was this? May? What is they shit? May what? 28.
Who? Tank. Yeah, May 28.
Yeah, May 28.
I forgot. I was finna say Tank sent me this damn bit. I forgot. I was finna say. But yeah. What man? You got the first fight back. His first fight off of.
Am I early or something?
You got that man first fight back. And it's you. You let this man fight Isak Cruz, break his hand, get through that shit. That dude hit harder than a motherfucker. And you finna be his next fight. That man finna fucking kill you. And Rolly know it. Just look at him. Look at him when he get in front of Tank. Not when he on Instagram and shit, but when he get in front of Tank. Boy, that's a dead man walking, and he know it. I told y'all, every time he see Tank, he look like Vegeta when he see Goku working out, hitting power levels that Vegeta never hit in his life. That look he be having on his face, like, I could just be. His power levels. Through the roof. There's no way that he could be this strong. And they're still rising. That's how Rolly look every time he see Tank Davis. He like, oh shit, he going Super Saiyan. Oh shit. Look at this man. Oh God. Bro, he can't. It ain't shit he could do with that guy, man. It's finna get ugly in there. Like, it's finna get ugly, and And I hate it had to be Rolly. Actually, I don't hate it had to be Rolly. I don't. But it had to be Rolly. So it is what it is, Rolly. It is what it is. All right, come on, Yankee Yankees down one. But hell yeah, man.
That boy gonna take a nice nap. Like I said, if he been having trouble sleeping at night, it should all be over come fight. Give him a good old nap after he get punched on.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time, Riley 980. Ride 980. Yeah. Don't waste your time, bro. Say that, John. Take your girl out with that date or something. Take your woman out on a date or some shit. Save your money, man. Don't even bet on. Don't even hedge, Rolly. Trust me. Don't even hedge, Rolly. Ain't even worth the hedge, man. It ain't even worth the hedge, man. I'm trying to tell you. Ain't even worth the hedge, man. Y'all want to see a guy get destroyed? Watch that shit on the 28th. Watch that shit.
Facts.
I can tell you exactly how it's gonna happen. They gonna come out there, or Tank gonna be pumping his jab out there a little bit. Riley gonna throw that wide ass punch a couple times. Tank gonna realize that Riley throwing that wide ass punch every time he fake his jab, and then Tank go fake that jab again. Riley gonna throw that wide ass punch, and then Tank gonna hit his ass with some, and then it's gonna sting Rolly ass, and then Rolly gonna tackle Tank, and that's gonna be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, I could see him doing that when he get hurt. I swear, I could see him doing it. He did it to dude in that sparring match at the Mayweather gym. That was Dream Killer. He did that too. He said he clipped his ass and with a good shot and hurt him and rolled this MMA shit, kind of tackled him to the ground and separate him.
And that's gonna be the end of the fight right there.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the fight right there. Then you
I'm telling you, man.
Then you go see Rolly shit start to leak. Because Rolly ain't got no defense. That shit he working on gonna get him killed. And his trainer need to go to jail because that shit ain't gonna work. While you in there teaching that man that bullshit, like you get him ready, you should be ashamed of yourself pretending to be a goddamn trainer. Rolly need to get you a real trainer, bro. Because that man gonna get you killed. You in there goddamn. Fuck. Do you see yourself? Do you be looking at them workouts when you finish rolling? You can't be looking at them Johnson and think that shit gonna work.
Yo, for real, I never seen a workout or him in the gym where it was impressive. Him and Ryan Garcia, two dudes I never seen like really put no work in the gym. And you like, damn, they ready for their next fight. I never seen it. And his trainer just setting him up to get knocked out by keep telling him he hit harder than Tank. I don't even know why he's doing that.
I low key don't think Roller thought he was ever gonna get this fight for real. Like I really thought.
Me too.
I really thought he thought they were just gonna, let him talk and shit. He wasn't gonna do nothing. Like he wasn't gonna have to talk. Floyd ain't gonna let us fight. Floyd ain't gonna let us fight.
Yeah.
Floyd ain't gonna let me fight him. Floyd ain't gonna let us fight. And Floyd said, "Yep, you got Tank next." Floyd said, "You got Tank next." And that's exactly what he said, DP. That's exactly what Roller said when he said, "You got Tank next." Roller said, "Yeah, nah."
Crazy how you become with that bullshit.
And now we look at how that man, bro. Just watch that first.
Get this shit out. These bro, whatever this shit is, get this shit out of here. Post office. Pardon me, T. My bad. Shit, door slamming.
hot out today. Hell yeah, man. But man, if I get the fuck up off here, I'm probably come back up later to rob the bookie. Matter of fact, I know I ain't my best. I already started. Yankees losing for me. I don't like that shit. Appreciate everybody sliding.
You already know. I might jump on a little bit myself.
Y'all just been saying, I don't know if my guy just do finna go. I don't know if D Free already went on.
Yeah. Feel like we got to, or if D Free is, then I'll wait for him to go on and go off. If he is, I'll go check. I'm locked in.
Yeah,
we'll get a notification anyway. So, shit, I'll shoot you a text for sure.
Yeah.
Mind
it. Yeah, for sure. But I'm finna feed my face. I'm hungry in the motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate everybody slid through this. My guy, Crush. My guy just do. You know, as always.
You already know.
DP Rocket came up to this joint. Ton of reviews came up to this joint. Glad y'all good folks could make it, man. Everybody, y'all hit that like button. Tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. Thank you to my 3 new subscribers that subscribed on this last thing. Appreciate y'all. I think I'm at 169 now. Need 31 subs to 2K. Appreciate y'all good folks. It's getting harder way 17. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but just the present. This how we rocking. And I'm out.